Hey, week 3 of my weekly log. So first, what I worked on. Let's divide this in 3 sections. 1, I've worked on my own personal Notion system, where I'm learning to use Notion better and more efficiently. For example, I've created, I think, 4 or 5 databases related to different things in my life. And one of the things I've done is also put all my subscriptions, monthly subscriptions that I have on a database and see which one I could cancel. So I could save money on these. So I've cancelled a few, which was great. This is one of the example. So it's cool, I'm learning to do databases. It's actually quite fun in Notion. And then I've also found a pretty cool like daily to-do list dashboard template. And I've customized it for my own needs. And it looks pretty cool now. So I'm quite happy. Of that, I have my daily habits section for my habits that I do daily. For example, 30 minutes of Coastal Inference. Also have my notes, my daily notes, because sometimes I just want to write down some random stuff. And also I have my tasks for today, I have my tasks for tomorrow, this week, and also all the other tasks that I didn't schedule yet. So pretty about that daily system. Let's see if I stick with it in the long run, but for now it's exactly what I need. Then the second thing I've worked on is that we had the first session of the Cake Incubator track. And so it's in Cake in Leuven. I've got accepted there with my startup. So we all had to do our pitches to pitch our startup, and that was great. Always a great moment. Always a bit nervous, obviously, and but always great fun and lots of learnings also. And super interesting. We had 4 jury members, and I've talked quite extensively with one of them. It was so interesting, really, like amazingly interesting. I've learned a lot and quite inspiring also. So it's always great to have these kind of special moments and connections. And also, yes, I have found my top one, like the startup I want to do an internship in this summer. And first of all, I'm happy that I found that one because I wasn't sure. So I've actually created a Notion database, and I've gone through all the portfolio of 3 good VC funds in Belgium, and I've looked at all the companies and I put the ones that I was mildly interested in the database, and now I have a better overview of these and I know which one I want to go in. So now I'll have to work for that because they do not have open positions for now, and it's quite a good startup, so I think getting an internship there will be quite competitive. So I'll have to work on how do I get in, what's going to be the way to get in. And so currently I'm thinking about this, kind of trying to plan that. How can I stand out, So that's what I'm currently planning, thinking of. But I'm quite happy that I've actually found which one, the top one choice. So I'm gonna focus full on that now for this summer. To what I learned, well, 2 things that come to my mind is Coastal Inference. I'm still doing the 30 minutes every day. The first day I missed my streak, by the way, was yesterday. So I'm gonna do that back today. Learning quite interesting things. So for now, it's a lot of assumptions, a lot of important assumptions in Causal Inference. We just touched upon the causal graphs, the DAGs, and how they work. And I'm quite interested of where this is going. For now, it's quite fun. I find it quite interesting and not so hard. It was not too technical. I think it's due to 2 things. One, the teacher is doing a great job explaining it quite intuitively, and you can take your time, good pace. And 2, I think it's still the beginning, so I guess the technicalities, the complexities will come later on. I'm looking in my notes. So yeah, and we did an example also, super interesting to see causal inference applied also. I find that super cool. Like we did an example where if you just did a naive estimation, statistical estimation, the error with the actual ATE, so the error with the average treatment effect, the actual one, was 407%. If you just did a naive statistical estimation, 407%. But if you do the actual causal estimation, the estimate error is only 19%. 19% compared to 407%. I found that insane and super cool to see that like applied. Super interesting. And also what I learned, I mean, quite some stuff actually with uni we had our first week, is that I started my introduction to analytics course. For now, super interesting. This week is about data pre-processing, and the teacher was like, this is so important. Data scientists mostly don't realize, but data processing and data cleaning and data preparation is so important because it literally shapes your entire analysis and conclusions. And the teacher is very experienced, but also like in the field, so super interesting. You can see he's passionate and it's great to listen to. So really excited for that class, and happy with my first class also. Yeah, very interesting. So now I know that data pre-processing is really important, so I really have to take care of how to clean the data, which data do we need, and also what is the target feature, because apparently defining this one is quite hard. And also another course that wasn't really planned, but I took philosophy, because I had to choose another course of 3 credits. I had 3 choices and I took philosophy, because actually I think it's going to be quite interesting. We had our first week and it was quite interesting. One of the things that I learned was that Newton was not only a physicist, but he has done contributions in economics. Like, for example, like taking gold as a standard currency or something like that. I don't know the details yet, I should look it up. But this was the example. So interesting to learn also. And the course itself seems interesting because it's like first part is philosophy, but kind of applied to economics. And second part is a bit of more general. So let's see about that. I'm interested to kind of go in that way of like intellectual thinking. What I trained, that's the third section, what I trained. Well, I couldn't train because I had an accident actually this week, bike accident. Yeah, I was going downhill, it was really wet, and there was a bus in front of me. Yeah, I didn't keep enough distance. I thought I did, but I didn't. And the bus abruptly stopped, and I had to like pull on the brake super hard, and then I just like slided, and I fell with the bike on the floor. I slided on the floor, and then I had hit myself against the bus also. So yeah, I had a contusion on my right quadriceps, so I'm still in bed resting. It's going way better, which is great. But yeah, so I was in bed most of the week, to be honest, so couldn't train much. Really excited to get back to training. And for section, the last one thought that I had. Well, one thought that I had this week was that this accident, bike accident that I had, was actually a great lesson. A really important lesson of like being more careful. It's so stupid. It's so stupid because we say it, right? We say it to ourselves, we say it to others, be careful with the bike, put the helmet, everything. But then sometimes you get so used to it, doing the same route, going to uni, whatever, that you forget. And my mind was somewhere else. I was tired in the morning. It was what I didn't pay enough attention. So that was a great reminder for me of like, I actually need to pay more attention and be careful. And I'm so grateful it happened because I could learn that lesson. But I'm also so grateful I really didn't hit my head or had anything bad in the accident, because it could have been much worse. So that's a thought I had this week and the lesson. That's it for this week. I'll see you at the next one.